that good. The AI can be that good. I think Tekken now, it has a whole lot of better tools in the practice mode. Like I like the replay thing. Like when you play a match online in Tekken, it saves the replay, and then you can go back and watch that replay and pause during the replay. Take control of the character, and you can be like, and the game will tell you should have punished this, or you could have. It'll tell you what you should have done in that moment. You know,
Tekken let you do that now?
Yeah, like you can look at the recording, and then you be like, let me take control right here in this moment in the second or third round, where this is where the match shifted, what I should have did or what I shouldn't have did. Like, yeah, that's a real good feature.
But see, that we was talking about this in one of the other episodes. Do you believe stuff like that help the novice player get to a professional level, or do you feel like you as a tournament player or a fighting game player should be practicing without all them tools?
You should. A lot of people not going to use it. Like just the honest truth. A lot of people not going to use it. A lot of people prefer to more go to a tournament because you watch people, you watch how they play, you watch what they're punishing, what you should be doing, what moves you shouldn't be doing. Because whenever you're playing a fighting game, you're not using every move because some moves are just like don't make any sense. Like if you throw this move out, you're going to get punished unless your opponent just get hit by it and then you just take a gamble. But it's always best to get better at the travel, go to tournaments, not just the local. You have to travel. You have to go to other places. You may win all your matches or you may lose all your matches, but losing those first two matches, it'll make you feel real shitty.
All right. So if you're in a video game tournament, when you sit down at the table like where we are, right, that screen is right there. Mm-hmm. What makes you more nervous? When somebody bring out a arcade stick or if somebody brings out the 6-button fighting pad?
Neither. That doesn't affect me because that doesn't. It's whichever one you're comfortable with. I think the all button arcade stick is still relatively new.
Really?
Yeah, it hasn't been out that long. The all button.
The all button. Okay.
Just all button.
But if you're competing at the highest level, would you change up your strategy if they have one or the other, or versus just a regular controller? Because I see people that play like this, right, with their fingers like this, or even sometimes like that, or they'll kind of cross over their thumbs between the buttons and the D-pad.
Well, when you're playing like this, that's more of an arcade player. That means typically an older person like myself played in the arcade days, so you had to play like that, and you either have the joystick like in your palm or on your two fingers like this, because you press them back and forth like this, or you're moving like that. Because a joystick either have an octagon or a circle or a box. I'm not sure if you understand that. It's the box that sits in when it moves around. It either be a square box or an octagon or a circle. Everybody has their different play style, but it helps you press down, forward, or up, right at the same time without having to really, you got to press down, forward. Yeah. And, how you do a shoryuken or stuff like that. It makes it easier, but it all depends on where the arcade or the joystick in your hand. Now, what I have been seeing is people playing with the joystick on the right side. That's been fairly new. But those are custom.
You mean the arcade, the analog stick on the right side?
Yeah, on the right side, because whether it's your right-handed or left-handed, and they press it.
Oh, that's interesting.
But it all. But as far as the arcade stick or D-pad, like that doesn't make me. What makes me a little bit nervous is getting to a tournament. It's cold in there, and I haven't warmed up. And my first match, my hands are freezing. That is the worst.
I was watching a documentary on YouTube, and they was talking about how some people cheat. Like outside of like the regular, when they're messing with the equipment, things like that. They were like some people cheat by like passing gas a lot, or they come sit down. They like really musty and like throwing off the other opponent because they've been sitting in it. They've been sitting, and they're just used to the smell. But you be like, damn.
Yeah, it's
like
really,
what the hell?
Like sometimes they'll put out like notice and stuff and be like, please wash your butt, put on deodorant. Like we do have women here, and you have people that's walking around with their family and kids, and it does happen. People do be coming there smelling, and it'd be real bad. Like, yeah.
What do you believe right now is gonna be like the biggest fighting game of 2025? Right now, we know Tekken delayed itself when Street Fighter came out later. You think they did that on purpose?
No, I don't think so. I think they do it based upon the demand for it and the product. because you don't want to put a fighting game out, then immediately have to come out with an update for it. Cause I always think back then when you had like Tekken 3, Tekken 5, Tekken 4, they didn't have updates for those. It just you got all the characters like old Street Fighter. I don't know about Street Fighter. Street Fighter always been adding more characters, but some games you don't have those. Well, back then you don't have those big updates where they adjust frame data, make an attack or a move like less damaging or more damaging.
Tekken, according to what I looked up, Tekken was supposed to launch within the same launch window as Street Fighter, but it didn't. It came out later.
Capcom.
What?
You know, they always try to beat the game to get the people playing the game first. I think it's just the community out there now, whichever one, you know. But Tekken did come out with test beta. They did like 3 series of test beta where you can play the game. The first round, I think they had Paul, Jen, and Nina. Then the second one, you had more characters. Then the game came out. But you know, video games don't do demos anymore.
Well, they do the online betas.
Yeah.
In a tournament, are you more concerned when somebody is waiting for you to select your character, or when somebody's sitting there hovering around somebody and you think they may select King or Nina or whatever? And I'm just talking Tekken in general because I know you play Tekken a lot. But do you wait for the next person to select their character, or do you just select whoever you want and like it is what it is?
I mean, it gives me an idea of their play style of who they're gonna pick when they pick whatever character. Because the first thing you're gonna do is when you sit down is adjust your setting, map out your controller, make sure the D-pad work and all the other stuff. Turn off the vibration if you turn off the vibration on your controller, or plug up your mic. Because a lot of times when you go to the tournament, they don't have, besides the streaming stage or the main stage, all the other games and stuff, they don't have headphones, so you just playing there like not listening to any sound, and it can be bad. Most people just play it without the sound. I can't do that. I bring my headphones.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it get real bad. Do you hear everybody talking in the background, like, you know, your friend there kick his ass? You know, it's real bad. Like, it can be real bad.
Why have you got away from playing in tournaments? Because I stopped playing tournaments because, you know, life.
Well, I took a nice little break. I mean, because it can be stressful, and then traveling. You know, if you ain't, you know, some people got sponsors where they fly out. I don't know what their sponsored package is, but usually I go to the big tournament here in Illinois. But it's just like traveling can be a hassle. It can be stressful. You know, putting all that stress on yourself, especially if you have well, some people do it for a living.
Yeah, you know, it's funny you talk about that. I was reading that some of these major league gamers, they have like therapy sessions to reduce their anxiety. They have meditation sessions before they go out to a tournament. They exercise. Like, I remember one player was talking about how his hands can freeze up and jam. They take fish oil, cod oil, just to help their hands so they don't get stuck. They have, I was watching, I forgot the name of the group, but they were playing in Overwatch. And they having meetings, conference calls about who gonna take the lead, who gonna go first. It's like it's a real business. Yeah,
but it's a big difference when you have the team versus when you go into a singles competitor tournament. I know one thing that always calm my nerve down is just having a drink. I'm drinking a beer, 2 shots of tequila, whatever the case may be. Like, that always helps. The cold hands is a big thing because it feels like your hands are slowing down and you don't react as fast because your hands are cold and you're doing like this all the time and you're trying to warm your hands. It can be terrible. But yeah, it's just the mindset you got to have, and then it's stressful, especially when that's your only way to make money, or if that's how you make money. You got to win that prize or becoming top 8 or whatever the case may be. But a lot of people are going to stream and Twitch trying to make their money there. I know some people use stream or Twitch or YouTube where they get paid and they use that money to pay for their flight and travel and hotel to go to these big tournaments. Sometimes people get invited.
Okay.
So sometimes people like send me tournaments online and stuff like that, and like, hey, can you come out? You know,